everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's the Texans going up against the Cowboys. With that, let's go out to AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Houston Texans and the Dallas Cowboys. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. Jason Witten turned 34 back in May and turned in a great stat line in the opener. 9 catches, 66 yards. He's still got it. Born, by the way, I'm told, at the same hospital you were born at in Tennessee.
That'd be Carter County Hospital, Elizabeth in Tennessee. That's his hometown, and he later became a Tennessee Vol. So you know I like this guy. But I think not just his play on the field. How about how he's going to help that young quarterback? Be able to sit with Dak Prescott in film rooms, tell him what he's going to see, try and help him out in different ways. Of course, on the field as well. Jason Witten going to bring along that youngster.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use it.
And this is inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Terrence Williams, 49 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes are being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
Caught here by Griffin. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. 5 catches, 54 yards, and a touchdown last Sunday for Hopkins.
His numbers were not the same as the rookie Will Fuller, but there's no doubt that DeAndre Hopkins is still the #1 receiver for Houston because you watch the coverage that Chicago put on him, a lot of tight, get in his face type of a deal, and he still responded very well. They tried to be physical with it, but he still made catches, and you know that Brock Osweiler is going to lean on him heavily.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. So this is not the QB here. They're going to do a direct snap out of the Wildcat. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
Here's Prescott. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Come on, let's go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And here's the first NFL reception for the rookie Ezekiel Elliott. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. The defensive crew for the Texans. Here's a look.
Vince Wilfork is a terrific player. The first thing you notice, obviously, is his size. But his agility will surprise you. He can play defensive end as well as hold down the middle as a defensive tackle.
Now Prescott. Pass incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Watch left. Let's go. 38.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got time. He can run for it, and he will. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And we'll see what the decision is here as they've got a 4th and 1 coming up. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Come on, let's go.
They'll run it with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
You
right.
like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Charles, across the board this past Sunday, just looking league-wide, passing really reigned supreme. You had 8 receivers over 100 yards. Only 1 tailback, though, hit the century mark.
And you know I've been touting the running back renaissance for a while, right? You get tired of me talking about that at lunch, like, okay, enough. And guess what? The passers and the catchers are still ruling the NFL. 8 wide receivers, and 1 running back hit the century mark as receivers. And that was on Sunday. Spencer Ware doing that for Kansas City as the running back. Lamar Miller, the only tailback on the ground, going over 100 yards. So my running back renaissance may have to wait a little while. The screen was executed and completed, but where's the worry on the play? How many times is a quarterback going to get hit? Because offensive linemen have to do an acting job of making sure it looks like they're whiffing on blocks. But you got to slow them down a little bit, because if you don't, that's a lot of big guys coming at your quarterback in a big, fast way. And boy, he can get hurt.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. From midfield now, here's Osweiler. And he finds a man on the crossing route. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence. There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll try and pound it in with Cross, the fullback. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Offense looks to punch it in here from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. They held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Brock Osweiler taking it in. And the Texans draw a bit closer.
Partner, that was simply an example of getting low, wasn't it?
It was indeed. And for the quarterback, so they get low the line. They did their job. Is the quarterback's job just to find a crease and dive?
Find a crease and just get in there. And ordinarily, you start low yourself, get low behind that offensive line. But sometimes they do such a great job, you can almost fall forward and find the crease for a touchdown.
And there's a flag on the field. So bad mistake there by the kickers. The ball goes out of bounds. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Back to throw now on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. This past weekend around the league, we sure did have a lot of drama. The kicking game certainly loomed large. You had both Carolina and Arizona missing field goals that could have won them the game.
And isn't it time we quit making jokes about the kickers, because we see how important they are. These were vital kicks that could have changed ball games. Graham Gano on Thursday night in Denver, 50-yarder to win it, makes the first one when he dunked it off the upright, but they iced him. They called the timeout, and he hooked the next one and missed it. Okay, and New Orleans, 61-yard attempt, had enough leg, just missed it wide. And then, boy, Arizona and New England, 47-yard attempt. The timing was thrown off with a low snap, and he misses the kick. How close are they all to actually winning those games?
12 yards on the pickup, and the Cowboys are going to get a 1st down. And quickly, they get to the line. They'll set up to throw.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Defense has to stand tall here, 3rd and 1. One man on the backfield, Elliott. He's going to get the football. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They create...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They come up in an offset eye. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it's a 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Let's go.
Now back to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Here we go.
Here's Prescott. Complete to Jason Witten. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Dak Prescott in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion.
Let's go. 1, 9.
They'll try and throw for it, and they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And there's a flag on the play. And the kick goes outside the white lines. That's why the flag comes out.
Yes, and that was an error by the kicker, and it will give the offense great starting field position.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half. It's Osweiler. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They'll throw now on the final play. Looking deep downfield. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And now out comes Houston. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
So much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him. And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense, unfortunately it ended in a big drop.
Osweiler. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They come out here in the eye. On 3rd down, Osweiler. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Here we go on 4th down with Osweiler. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. That one good for 12 yards. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Osweiler on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Charles, sidestepping for a minute. Looking back to Sunday, we saw some clock management issues. You look at the Indianapolis game, the Dallas game, and how that shook down. But when you're a player or coach in those situations late, how hard is it to be aware of what's going on? Because it's easy for us sitting on the couch to critique.
It's a lot harder than maybe we give credit to, because heat of the moment, the anxiety levels have gone sky high. The competitive juices are flowing. A lot of coaches keep cards with them that tell them when to, how you're supposed to use the clock down the stretch. You don't always get the math right. That's why I think a lot of teams now are going to go to having someone designated in the press box to handle clock management issues and advise the head coach, because they should be able to think clearer up there rather than down on the sidelines where the heat is really rising.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Osweiler. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. A first down carry now for Miller. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Now Osweiler on 2nd down. Drops it to Blue, complete. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
So the offense needing 4 yards. It's third down. They come out here in the I. Here's Osweiler. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
Here we go now.
Fourth down. Here's Osweiler. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a first and goal.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. Osweiler underneath for Miller. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1 yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a second and goal.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard, and you probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about that little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
They'll let the power game take over with Prosh. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Jay Prosh taking it in from a yard out. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. Novak is on to attempt the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. Now it's Lucky Whitehead on the return. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. Back now in Arlington, it's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the fourth. Here's Prescott. Going to throw right side here. Complete. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves to James.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. They come out here in the I. The give is to Elliott. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you'll only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays, really hurts the team on defense. How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now Prescott toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Come on, let's go! Ohio! Let's go!
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
They'll look to throw on. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Here we go. A big play in a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. He'll look to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. Miller fighting through. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit, try it that way.
C.J. Fedorowicz, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Now it's Osweiler. And finding Fedorowicz. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a 1st down.
3rd time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on 3rd, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
Now Osweiler on 1st down. Dumps it complete to Miller. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field. That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot defensively. How do you make sure they don't find a soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
All right, here we go.
Now a handoff to Miller. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
They'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Yeah, they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 4th down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there, making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
Back to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. And he's got him over the middle, Fedorowicz. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. He'll look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Offense has been out there a while. This is their 14th play in this series. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. He's back to throw, and he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
The line of scrimmage is the 3 as they look to cash in on 3rd and goal. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Back to throw. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Here we go. It's Osweiler on 4th down. We're down to 8 seconds now. And not great starting field position here for the offense. They come out here in the eye. A give to Elliott. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Well, Charles, there's an old saying, don't let a loss beat you twice.
You're exactly right about that, Brandon. When you look at it and all of your preparation went into winning this week, now you have to absorb a loss and find a way to shake it off.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.
crack of dawn, Monday morning coffee strong, pouring everything you got into a paycheck Friday.